Morning, guys. Man, I feel like a real grown up now because I had my first ever morning where I woke up at like 4 in the morning and just couldn't go back to sleep. So I don't know. Maybe it's stress. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's becoming an adult. I've heard of grown ups doing this, but I guess I've never done it. So anyway, you guys get to join me for my process of making coffee. And kind of at the same time, I'm going to be talking through this. So it shouldn't be a very long video unless I ramble a lot, which I'm already on a path for that. Wanted to talk about this Sunday. We've got a few things coming up. This is probably why I'm awake. First off, the big news is this weekend we have a middle school candidate out, Hannah Lamp. She's really wonderful. Really excited about her being out here and doing the visit and everything. So that's happening this Sunday, and I want to invite, this whole weekend, I want to invite you guys to something specific with that. I've already talked with all the middle school volunteers about this quite a bit, and Siri is the one who pointed out that I really haven't talked to you guys about this at all, and I am so sorry. I want to keep you guys in the loop, and I want you guys to feel informed. But this Sunday night at 4:30, if you want to show up an extra hour early, before dinner, then Hannah's going to be there, and it's going to be really a great time to get to know her, a Q&A. She's also going to be around all day, all morning on Sunday. So feel free to say hi, introduce yourself. If you want to have that extra time on Sunday night, please, you are more than invited. I would really love for you to be able to be there. At the same time, I'm springing this on you on Wednesday, so I completely understand if you can't make it. So that's the big thing. Now, for this weekend, what that kind of means for what we're doing, what Sunday night looks like for high school ministry is I won't be in the room. Hannah's actually giving a message for our middle schoolers. I'm really excited about it, and I want to just be able to see what her talks are like in real life. I've seen three of them that are recorded, and she's really wonderful, and I just kind of want to see if the same thing pans out in real life as it does online. So with that, we're going to be kind of playing around. I've got a video message that I'm going to record, and I think it'll be really fun. It could be a huge flop, and then we'll never do it again. Or it could be a good time. We'll find out. But we're going to be continuing in this series. It's personal. And so the books, if you guys are still reading them, if you're keeping up with it, we're going to be in chapter 4 of our book. So if you could have that read by this Sunday, I think that would really help kind of your discussion. It would help your discussion, and it'll, I think it's just a really great resource. I want you guys to be able to take this and implement it. But in the book, the question is, do you know where I live? And that doesn't tie in very conveniently with our sermon series because, Jesus kind of knew where Zacchaeus lived, but at the same time, he didn't directly say anything like that or whatever. So instead, our message is going to be about the hidden side of each of us. How last week we talked about there's some things that we share with some groups of people and some things we share with others. This week we're getting into the idea that there are things that we just don't share with anybody. We keep it tucked away. But yet Jesus understands those things about us and still loves us, still seeks us out. And so this idea of understanding your backstory. And we're going to make the driving focus the application of, in humility, being like Jesus was to us, loving us and understanding, even though he understands our backstory. And for us, each of our students, for you and me, to reach out a hand and get to know somebody else's backstory. Now, the thing that I want to kind of encourage you with this book, students are asking the question of you, do you know where I live? Now, when I first moved up here, I thought that really the Puget Sound area separated into like three main things: Seattle, Tacoma, and the East Side. And after 9 months of living here, I've realized that is hilariously oversimplified, because every neighborhood has its very distinct, different feel, different culture, and different life circumstances. If somebody says they live in Renton and somebody else says they live in Bellevue, you know that those two people experience very different lives. Even if one person says they live in Kirkland and another person says they live in Redmond, you know that their lives are quite different. And so knowing where your students live is really important. Knowing where the kids in your small group live, maybe not the exact address, I understand. But know this week, what I encourage you to, what I kind of make the challenge of, is your small group. Find out what neighborhood every person lives in. And then that will help you understand their lives and their situations even better. So, what does this Sunday night look like then? I'm going to I'll ask it in this group chat. One of you guys, I would deeply appreciate it if you would lead our game. It's a game called Stock Charades. Basically, we have a bunch of stock photos that we kind of get an idea and tag two of them together, and then that ends up being the answer. It's going to be two students going head to head to figure out who can guess the answer first. They have 30 seconds, and I will give somebody all the answers, like one of you guys, all the answers, so that way you know if the student gets the correct answer. 10 questions, one tiebreaker. First one to get 5 or 6 correct wins. As for the award, I have so much stuff for summer camp. I will have a table kind of set out on one part of the room, and it will have all of our summer camp stuff. And then the victor gets to pick something off the table. And we're going to run with that for a little while, just to keep building hype and momentum and excitement about our summer camp DIY move. So if one of you guys could run that game, let me know in the chat, and I will send you all of the answers. Adrian is going to be behind the tech booth, and he does an awesome job with that. And so really it's just getting up and hosting. I'm going to write out a couple of announcements. I'll ask one of the students to give those. And then Esther is going to do worship. We'll play the video message and see how it goes. Let me know what your feedback, your thoughts are. Let me know what your small group thinks. And then we'll go to small group and we'll call it a night. So guys, thank you for everything that you do. Thanks for bearing with me in this crazy, chaotic season. Thank you for your patience, and really even above and beyond that, thank you for the ways that you are pouring into these kids, these students all the time. I think it's really incredible. And guys, I love getting to serve with you. I cannot wait to hear how this Sunday night goes. Praying for you guys.